This weekend, as we celebrate First Communion in our parish, we have about 30 children this year. And so this is very special. We have 3 girls. I was talking to them before, and I said, we don't need boys, do we? And what did you tell me? No, we don't need boys. So it's good to have these young, beautiful girls to be with us as they celebrate their First Communion. And I know you've really worked with this in your Good Shepherd program, and you've done a lot of thought and prayer throughout the year. And you've even had a retreat last week, and you did a lot of good things to get ready for today. And I'm sure you're tired of watching everybody else get up and come here for communion, and you had to sit there, and everybody stopped over in front of you, right? So it's good that you don't have to do that anymore. And it reminded me of a story I've shared before, because it doesn't seem like when you don't receive communion that you're really belonging, does it? It seems like you're only partially belonging. But today says, no, you really belong. You have a new place in the church. And I was thinking about something that a lot of us have shared before, that often one of the best holidays is Thanksgiving, because all the other ones have either presents or candy or other things, but Thanksgiving is just about food and family, isn't it? Food and family. And we always gather somewhere, maybe an aunt, an uncle, a grandparent, or maybe everybody comes to your house. Do you remember Thanksgiving? Huh? Yeah. I remember it as a little child. And so we had a big table, right? There's always a big table loaded with food. But usually what happens is, who gets to sit at the big table? Yeah, all the grown-ups, huh? Where do you get? Usually a card table and little chairs, don't you? Yeah, I know. I was the youngest grandchild. I was forever on that little table, right? You just get this little table. So the big people get a really good place. They get the big chairs with the cushions, and usually get a folding chair, don't you? Yeah, I know. And then the big people, they get the really good china, and they get glasses, and they have all kinds of silverware. I used to get a plastic dish and a plastic cup. Do you get that too? I know. Me and my cousins, we had plastic. And then they had a really nice tablecloth, didn't they? Oh, it's really nice. They even had candles on the big table. We had oilcloth on ours. That's what happens, right? So we didn't have the same place. We didn't have the same privilege. And we didn't even have to listen to the grown-ups. I could just fight with my cousins, and we did, and we'd shout at each other, and we do all kinds of things on the little table. Well, today it's time that you stop being at the little table, huh? Today is a day you have a new place. You stand right here at the altar, and you know you're going to do that just before communion. We're going to gather here. So it's important to have a place that's just for you. And it's important to say you're not treated any differently. You know, in those Thanksgiving days, when all the adults got a chance to choose all their food, what happened to you? At least for me, my mother put all my food and just gave me the plate, right? I didn't have a choice. I was to eat what they gave me. But now you have a choice. You can come, and the Lord gives you His bread, His body, His cup, His blood, and says, come and share. You have the same as everybody else. But then there's 2 things we have to do. We have to be listening, and we have to be responsible. I have to learn more. I have to do more. This is a beginning. So I want to say 2 things. One is to you and your parents, and then to their grandparents if they are here, or all the other older adults who are in your life. First thing is, after you're done today, you're going to get a certificate, right? It says you received your first communion, meaning this is the first of many. It's not the only one. It'll be the first of many. And then this is like an invitation. It's like God saying, now this is your beginning. You come all the time, and any time you come, you're welcome. It's like your own personal invitation, that certificate. You're always invited to this table, always invited to the celebration, to the meal. Now, to your parents, you've already taught these children much. You've brought them here for baptism. You brought them for communion. Later, we will welcome them with the fullness of confirmation. Now, you've taught them a lot by your words. In truth, they've listened to half of them. But that's what we did with our parents. They listen to half. But what they do, don't they? They watch you all the time. They're always watching you, both to your joy and your worry. Because sometimes out of their mouth comes what you said and you think, oh, I shouldn't have said that. Or they imitate you by what they do and you say, oh, we better watch what we're doing. They're always watching us, children, watching to know how we should act, how we should be, what we should say. So be that example for them. Continue to talk to them. Continue to tell them. But no, they're going to hear half of what you say, but they'll know all of what you do. So be that example. Keep bringing them. Keep showing them. Keep being for them that sign that they need to know. Other things in the world will demand their time. Make sure you're helping them set good priorities, make good choices. Be that example for them. And then to the others in your life, grandparents or uncles or aunts, you have a unique perspective. You know their parents, for sometimes they were your children or your brother and sister. And maybe sometime as they were raising and you were growing these parents, maybe they said somewhere, I could have done better. So as grandparents or as uncles or aunts in your family, maybe they can help you too, be examples. Maybe they can teach you. Maybe they can bring something more into your life. So we hope they too will be examples to inspire, to encourage, and to give you a new way. So welcome to this new table. Welcome for your place at God's banquet. Remember, it's just the first of many.